Hi, stay right there. Today I have a business accelerator coach, speaker, mindset expert, negotiator, and author, Deborah Peters. My name is Mohammed Bashir. I am founder of Entrepreneur Empowerment Club. And please help me welcome Deborah.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who are you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
It's been an interesting journey, and along the way, people have shown up to continue to support me on the journey. The inspiration came as a little kid. I grew up in a rural community on a farm, and so we rode the school bus every day for an hour one way. It was a very long trip to school. And as the kids would get on the bus, I would think to myself, we all live in the same community. We're all farming the land. We're all pretty much in the same industry or business or whatever I think I called it as a kid. Like we're basically all doing the same thing. Why are we so different in why are some families really struggling and other families are doing very well? And it fascinated me, and I just ever since I was probably in grade 1, maybe before, I wanted to know what causes these big differences in in just the ability to have a beautiful life, a joyful life. Like some people are unhappy, some people are some people are unhappy and they have a lot, some people are unhappy and they have very little, some people are unhappy and or happy and they have nothing, some people are happy and they have everything. What is it that makes that difference? And that's been my inspiration all along.
That's amazing. As in that age, you were able to think through those kind of things. That's inspiring for me as well. So, what are top three mistakes business owners should avoid?
Well, I'd say, the number one is to not listen to other people about how hard it is and how you're going to fail. And this is a common theme that runs through conversations at networking events, whether you're talking to your family or friends about setting up your business, especially for those that are just getting started. You really have to trust your gut, trust your instincts and not listen to other people's negative opinions. Once a business is established and up and running, this is something I see a lot as well, is this disconnect between the head and the heart, like the disconnect between this business is an extension of my thinking. This business is an extension of my passion. For some reason, once businesses start to grow more, and like let's say they're a really solid small to mid-sized company, that seems to get lost, that intuition, that gut feeling. And it's always accurate, it will never steer you wrong.
Mhm. What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn, and how did you recover from it?
Oh, wow. I have had a lot. I've had many along the way. And I'm always learning. So I always look at every experience as an opportunity to change maybe my paradigm, maybe my belief system, maybe my um, thought patterns. I always see everything I've experienced as being that opportunity. But I would say um, the biggest hurdle in the beginning for me was trying to avoid the pain of failure. And this is a pretty common theme I've experienced with my clients as well. Nobody likes to fail. Nobody likes to be in pain. I mean, as a human beings, we like to avoid it at all costs. And so that was a mistake I made when I was trying to, because the thing you're trying to avoid is the thing that gets bigger. And the more I was trying to avoid so-called failure, which I don't even think there's such a thing. I think it's really feedback. It's not failure, it's feedback. And the feedback, the evidence procedure of the feedback is showing you what not to think, what not to do, who not to engage with. So it's really feedback. And if you're not getting the results you want, then pivot. So I would say, some of the mistakes I made early on was just not pivoting soon enough. But now I'm a pivoting wizard, so I can pivot. I pivot a lot when I see that it's going to get me better results.
Wonderful. What are your top three success secrets that others can follow?
Wow. Well, they're kind of a personal thing too. So my number one is I meditate every day. And I do that before I get the day going. And it's just time that I have with myself. 15 minutes is all it takes. You don't have to sit there for an hour. Also, I exercise, several times a week, heart pounding, you know, hard, like vigorous exercise for an hour that really, I think it just kind of like, it blows out all the cobwebs of the thinking. I always come up with these amazing ideas when I'm exercising. I stretch every day for 30 minutes. I go for a walk every day for at least 30 to 45 minutes. And yeah, that time really adds up. So I get up super early. But those are the top three things that create the success. And then it builds up a trust, it builds up a trust between my head and my heart. So then I'm not white knuckling things. I'm not afraid to make pivotal decisions. I'm not afraid to take risks because I have built up I've cultivated this deep, trusting relationship with myself.
Wonderful. Yeah, meditating and exercise is very important for well-being. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
And Deborah, we are entering into a speed round. That means quick questions and quick answers. Are you ready for it?
sure.
What is the most impactful business book you have read, and what did you learn from it?
I would say probably The Rockefeller Habits by Vern Harnish. He's put together a really great book there. There's a lot of systems and structure that you can glean from that for scaling a business, for sure. I use it all the time for my clients.
Mhm. Okay, can you show us the book as well?
Oh, yes. And then, of course, let me share this one is The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. So here's the cover. I have to say that I keep giving the thing away. So I've ordered a new one and it's on its way. But The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. Brilliant.
Wonderful. I see you're author yourself. Would you like to talk about your book?
I actually have two in the works. One is being edited. And it's essentially how to really tune into your business from an emotional perspective. We think of business often as being a very logical process, but there's a whole piece that's missing. Businesses are a spirit, they're an energy. We create our success in life, our fulfillment through our business. So it's really how to take mindset and neuroscience and blend it with business strategy. And we're hoping to be able to bring it out in Q2 of 2022. Really excited about it.
Wonderful. What do you want to be remembered for?
Providing humanity with tools to live the life they desire. I think that that is really my mission in this world, my legacy, and building those toolboxes through my YouTube channel, through the courses I teach, through the books I'm writing, through the blogging I do, is to give people the tools to just stay awake, stay sovereign, stay strong, and go after your goals and your dreams. Don't anyone hold you back.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
It's the combination that I mentioned earlier, the when you still your mind through meditation and you aren't emotionally reacting, that's power. So that's how I deal with it. And I'm not going to pretend that some days I don't get upset. Sometimes I'm talking to myself and I'm like, yeah, I'm really upset, but I'm expressing it and I'm getting it out of my system, out of my body, which is why I spend a lot of time going for walks too, because you just let Mother Nature nurture you and take the time to meditate. And then suddenly I feel like I'm in charge of my emotional state. And so I don't get triggered as much. So you got to let yourself have that moment though. When you're upset, don't pretend you're not upset. Like, yeah, I'm upset. Own it. Express it. Talk to yourself about it. I talk out loud to myself all the time. I'm my best mastermind, But then once you release that energy, make sure you keep that daily habit of meditating and exercising in place, because that will give you the strength, the inner power to move through anything.
Once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
I don't. I don't. It's the relationship is here. So I don't think we have to convince anyone of anything. It's more about being. So when you come up with an idea, or you're deciding to grow something, or you something you're looking to create, just know in your heart that it's the right thing, and then just be that. And then the people that love you will automatically want to support that.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
Oh, yeah. You know, all sorts of fun things. Like, I still have a kite. I bought a kite, and now I live across the street from a park. So I'm going to take it out and on the weekends and fly it. Those kinds of simple things mean everything to me. It's the fun part of life.
What are you grateful for today?
Being me, it wasn't easy. My childhood was filled with a lot of violence and trauma and dysfunction. And for a long time, I thought I was the blame for that. And, I've managed to heal myself and recreate my relationship with me. And so now I'm just really grateful to be me. I'm grateful for this life we have. It's so abundant. And the people in my life are amazing and kind. And I'm super grateful for Mother Nature. I spend tons of time outdoors and hiking, and where would we be without the flowers and the birds and the sun?
Who is your living mentor and what is the impact they have on you?
Oh, my mentor, my biggest mentor that's made the biggest difference in my life actually passed a few years ago, but I still study his work, and it's Stuart Wilde. He was a bit of a maverick when it came to personal growth and professional development, and I appreciated that about him because he just had this really special, unique way of speaking the truth, you know, very powerful.
Why is being impactful important to you?
For me, well, first of all, I think that we all come to this planet with the capacity for greatness. We just have to exercise it. We just have to cultivate it and bring it forward. And so I think that that's a major part of just why I'm here. You know, I'm here to maximize my gifts and my talents and have a positive impact on humanity.
How do you start your day?
With gratitude. You know, the first few seconds coming into consciousness, lying in bed in the morning, I'm like, wow, I get to have another day where I get to create my dreams and ideas into tangible form. And then from there, it's, you know, drinking some water and doing my meditation and stretch, and then heading out the door for a nice walk.
Who is your ideal client?
Any small business owner, small companies, you know, up to say 500-600 employees, you know, and then we're starting to get into the mid-sized companies. So leadership teams, the C-suite of mid-sized companies, that pretty much that scale.
What is the advice you would give to your younger self?
Mm. Trust your intuition over what anyone else has to say.
How can we support you?
Well, I have a really phenomenal business accelerator boot camp coming up in Q1 of 2022, and it's on my website. So you can go there to neimind.com. We have a couple of new offerings we're rolling out, some health coaching. We've hired and onboarded some master certified health coaches. So it's exciting times ahead. You know, we're addressing mind, body, business, life. We're all of that. We're not part of that.
What would you say about your guest experience on the show?
Oh, it's been fun. Thank you so much for having me, and I'm thrilled at what you're creating as well. That's exciting. The Entrepreneurs Empowerment Club, cool.
What would you say as a final word?
Go for it. Don't let any fear hold you back. Don't let anyone tell you you can't be, do, or have anything, because you can. You can be, do, or have anything.
Deborah, thank you so much for your time and wisdom with us on the behalf of Entrepreneur Empowerment Club and its entire team. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah, this has been fun. I appreciate you.
I'm looking for. I hope to see you in future with. I hope to see you in the future with another amazing guest. Until then, you have a wonderful day.
All right, you too. Take
Thank
care.
you.